Well, finances, retirement planning, elder care, probably not the topics you plan to discuss when you're passing the turkey and gravy this Thanksgiving. But if your adult children will be around for a few days over the Thanksgiving holiday, you might want to consider making a date to talk about these important financial topics. Financial professional Mike Falco from Falco Wealth Management is here to give us some ideas on how to start the conversation and also on what should be covered. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Eve.
So I don't know that this comes to, is the first thing we think about when we think about topics of conversation while we're passing the turkey and gravy. But why the Thanksgiving holiday to talk about finances?
Well, Thanksgiving, it's one of the few times that the whole family is under the same roof for an extended period. So take a little time after the Thanksgiving meal or maybe after the Black Friday shopping to bring the topic up because it is important, something that should be covered.
Okay, and how do you suggest that parents start the conversation with their children or vice versa?
Well, a lot of my clients are at retirement or they're approaching retirement. And I have this conversation with them all the time about having the conversation. Tell them that you want to make it easier for them when you can't take care of your finances any longer. Tell them that you do it because you care about them. Personal experience, my father, he's been dead for 20 years, but the last 2-3 years of his life, he had written down everything he had, where it was. He updated it every 6 months. So when he passed, it was very easy to just look at that and make sure we didn't miss anything.
Yeah, I think some people kind of shy away from it because they don't even want to think about it, but it's kind of a topic that if you discuss it early enough before you're in an emergency situation or a hard situation, it's often better, right?
That's right.
So let's talk about what should be covered in this conversation. There are a couple different things you say we should talk about, right?
There are a few different things. I'll go through some of them today. I have a complete list on my website at falcowealth.com that you can download, print it out, and this way have it for the conversation.
Okay.
But
and to keep it easy, I know that you kind of separate it into 4 basic things, right? The first one being legal issues, legal documents.
Well, let them know, let your kids know if you've got a will, if you've got a trust, where it is. Let them know the details. You don't have to tell them everything, but for instance, I've had some instances where one child wanted to inherit the family vacation home, the other kids didn't want it. Okay, the parents wouldn't have known that if they didn't talk about it.
Okay.
Now, there are a lot of other issues. A lot of kids don't know about, a lot of kids don't have that pleasure of having a vacation home, but it might be other things. Also, there are 3 documents that everyone must have, and that is a will, a power of attorney, and a medical power of attorney. Those documents can make things so much easier, because if you don't have them, first of all, you can't get in control of any finances of your parents when they can't take care of them for themselves. Medically, if you were in the hospital, there's no medical directive to say what you want done if things go poorly.
Okay, so a good time to do some checks and make sure those documents even exist in the first place,
That's right?
Also, health care, Mike. What should we think about in terms of health care?
Well, health care, let them know what other insurance you have besides Medicare, how much it covers. Do you have assets put away for home care if you need it? That type of thing.
Okay. Income and expenses, another important subject.
Right. Let them know what income you have, Social Security, pensions, anything else there might be, debts and expenses. You don't have to go through the actual figures, but let them know what's there. Let them know where things are. As I said, the important thing is that they know where documents are. If you've got a financial advisor, make sure you let them know who the financial advisor is. And that power of attorney comes into play because without it, the financial advisor is really not going to be able to talk to you.
And the same is true, Mike, with financial records, where you bank, things like that. Just make sure your kids know that.
That's right. Well, your tax returns. Let them know where your tax returns are. Let them know who prepares your tax returns. Let them, if you do bank online, let them know your usernames and passwords. These are things that they're not easy to bring up, but they're essential to bring up.
Yeah, so just some basic organization can really go a long way. Some basic conversations.
That's right.
All right, so we don't have to spend the whole Thanksgiving dinner on it, but maybe a little bit would be helpful, right? You'll be thankful in the long run. Mike, thank you. Again, more information on Mike's website, falcowealth.com. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
And stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back.